Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be doing some power-packed bars resembling a sesame or peanut butter that I have made using Jaggery. If you don't know what Jaggery is, I have a video on how to get into it, where to get it, what it is, and all that kind of fun stuff. You might want to watch that video. I will put a link on the right hand side. So for this, we're going to be using 16 ounces, which is a pound of Jaggery, and we're going to be using less than a tablespoon of ghee. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stove going. I just want to have it warmed up and start melting the Jaggery, and then I'm going to talk to you about the other ingredients. So I'm just going to put it in there, let it melt on its own slowly. And we're going to add the ghee in there. And again, you want to have all your stuff ready for when you get it, and I'll get to that too. So I have here my scale is ready. We're going to do 16 ounces of Jaggery, and we're going to do 12 ounces of what I have here. If we need to add a little bit more, we will. I have here roasted sesame seeds. I have roasted pumpkin seeds. I have roasted cashew nuts. I have roasted black sesame seeds. I have roasted sliced almonds. I have roasted pecans, and I have roasted white sesame seeds. And I just wanted to get something going where if you're on the go and you want something that you need a sugar picker upper and with something that will fill you up, this is going to be it. It's going to be extremely healthy. So once you put your Jaggery in here, just make sure you keep an eye on it and just don't walk away. Also, you want to make sure that when you do your Jaggery, you cut them up in pretty small pieces so that they all melt evenly. If you do big pieces, you're going to be here forever. So, and they're not going to melt evenly. So you just want to make sure that you do that. Again, like we did our peanut and our sesame brittle, you got to have some stuff ready. You want to have some ghee. You want to, I did forget because I've been doing a lot of brittle today. You want to have a rolling pin handy. You want to make sure that you get that nicely greased. You also want to have a pizza cutter, which is amazing because I tried using everything else. This is perfect. You also want a plate where you're going to be testing your Jaggery. I have been doing quite a bit, so I've been testing it, and I'm just going to see if I can get them out, but it's so hard sometimes. It's just like stuck on, so that's okay, but we'll test that on here. You want to have a knife also, just in case, and I have a scale here that I have already zeroed out my container. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and get it all mixed in. Put it in until I have about 12 ounces of mixed stuff. So I just really wanted to get something going where just tone down my temperature just a little bit. Also use a heavy bottom pan so that it melts evenly. Don't use white Jaggery. It's the worst thing that you can buy. It's washed with baking soda. It's stripped away from all its nutrients, and you don't have the binding effect, and stuff is gonna turn brittle on you. It's not gonna bind properly. So we still have some lumps in there. So let's continue. Now goes in the sesame seeds, and I absolutely love pumpkin seeds. So basically I'm just doing a mixture of everything in here. I'm still at 9.5 pounds or 9.5 ounces. And I'm gonna have this on hand, so if I need to add extra in there, I'm going to go ahead and, so that's 12 ounces, so we've got it. So if I have this extra, if I feel there's more jaggery in here and I need to add more, I will add more. So 16 ounces of jaggery, 12 ounces of our variety of seeds and nuts. Oh, I'm so excited about this. This is going to be awesome. I just have to make sure that I don't eat more than I have to, because if you're diabetic, you don't have a green card for eating as much as you want of this jaggery. Jaggery is sweeter than sugar, although it's healthier because it's not refined as sugar is refined, but that still does not mean that it's not going to spike up your sugar, or spike up, yeah, your sugar like regular sugar does. So you just want to still be careful with it. And I think I've been doing so many taste tests today, that no more after this one. So just want to increase it just a little bit because now I'm paying more attention to it. I just want the color to get a little darker. Oh, well, while that's happening, let's quickly go ahead and, almost forgot, and I would have had problems. You want to make sure that you take your work surface and you add ghee, which is clarified butter I'm using, and make sure that you have that liberally down so it's not going to stick. You also want to have a good spatula. This is by OXO. It reaches about 600 degrees. You just want to make sure that you don't use a regular spatula, because the temperature that this goes can go up to, it's very, very hot. The jaggery, you can melt a regular spatula completely. And then you're going to have waste and okay. Okay, now let's go ahead and test. So again, we're gonna take a little bit, drop it on our plate. If you have a granite counter just by your side, you can use that. But as it's boiling, it's gonna change color too. So, and if you find that your finished product is either lighter or darker than mine, that just means that it's just a different, you just have, there's so many different types of jaggery that you've just gotten another type of it, and which is okay. I actually love the darker pieces of jaggery, because in East Africa, when my mom used to make these, they used to be extremely dark, like dark brown. So I'm used to that, and I can't get the color to work here in America for some reason. Okay. And this is still pretty hot. The side, you can hear the small pieces. See that? That means our candy is ready. So, and look at the color. It's just, it is getting a little bit more darker. Okay, so once we get this in there, things are gonna go pretty quickly. So I want to keep everything ready. Do you see the color changing on us? The best way to clean your stuff, it's gonna get hard, is put some really hot water in it. At this point, I'm going to decrease my heat so I don't burn it. And let's go ahead and add the 12 ounces of our mixed product, and we'll stir it, and we'll see if we need to add the extra. We'll go ahead and add the extra. So it was about 16 ounces total, and I just didn't want to use everything. Okay, I feel that there's, let's see, let's get it all mixed. I think there's more jaggery. See? So let's go ahead and add just a little bit more, or a lot. Oh boy, let's look. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it'll bind. It'll stick together. Now, because I have a heavy bottom pan, the temperature is pretty good, so I am going to shut off my heat. Make sure everything gets coated really well. Look at the color. I'm so impressed. So impressed. I just can't wait to try it. Oh, wow. Okay, see? If you have a nice spatula, you're not going to have waste on it. And if you use a wooden spoon, you're going to have a lot of stuff stuck to it. So. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I want to distribute this just a little bit. Because I noticed with my brittles, the middle stays a little bit too thick. So I want to distribute it just a little bit so that when I start flattening it out, it's even. Okay. Okay. I am missing my bowl. All right, so let's get this mixed like all in there. And it's not as hot. I mean, it's hot, but it's not too bad. Okay. Oil. Whew. Wow. Really honestly wonder how hot this is. And I'm trying to get more of the middle straightened out before I get to the sides, because I think the sides is easier, but the middle is where I'm having problems with straightening it out. Oh my God, I'm so impressed with the color. I honestly had not pictured it this way because I've been thinking of what to do for a power bar using Jaggery. Been up nights thinking what would work, and I really want to get it nice and thin. This is where I need to hold the camera and have Hassan actually do this. Seriously, I've gotten such a workout today. I think I'm gonna have ab muscles. I'm gonna have better ab muscles than you, Hassan. He's smiling. He's an amazing son. He's been recording me all day today. So you just gotta work it. Just keep on working it until you feel like you can't get it any more straightened out. And I think I got more control when it comes from down here rather than coming from up. See, I told you I wasn't worried about the sides at all. I was more worried about the middle. I still wish that I could get it more thinner in the middle, but I think it's not gonna get any more thinner. And if you have on the sides, you've got some holes, just try and mend those. All right. Right, that's it. Now, before it cools down completely, let's go ahead and cut it. Okay. Pizza cutter has saved my life doing this. pieces. This would be a perfect Christmas gift. These done. You can see that these have started hardening. So take my knife and use that. I'll have better. See, I have better control over the smaller pieces. But these are not going to go to waste, believe me. I just want to give these to friends and family, so I wanted them to look nice. See that? Do you hear that? That means that the candy has already started hardening pretty well. Alright, so we've got all the pieces done. But, oh, it is coming. It's coming along. Pretty good. Okay, but it's still, like I said, the middle gets really, really warm. It gets really hot because it's not as thin as the sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my taste test, and then I will put a picture of the finished product on the end of the video. So let me give it a try. Oh my God. I'm not kidding you. But I'm so glad for the sleepless nights. And I've been thinking about this so much. I'm so glad that I came up with the ingredients that I came up with. The pine nuts, the cashews, sesame seeds, the almonds. Everything combined gives it a... I don't know. I don't know what to tell you what kind of taste it gives, but it's super delicious. It's amazing. Super delicious. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.